Hi guys and welcome back. Paolo here, and the subject of this new explainer video is one of the queen of the red Ferrari of the production of Maranello in 1967, and it was the 330 P4 Spider car, and actually the model of a Spider car unless few years ago didn't exist, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't exist in 24 scale. And just recently the Model Factory Hero made it in 24, like a complete model kit. So what I did here, it was basically to take the Fujimi model of the P4, they make a very nice model of the coupe version, quite well done, not full detail, so you will not find an engine, not a proper 12 cylinders in the back, but anyway the dimension of the curbside model and the shape is absolutely well taken, What I wanted to do here, it was something I also made a previous video about the making of, of this model. When you see all the picture of what I did to make this modification, is a quite simple modification, in my opinion, not so hard and heavy like other stuff that I show with you. But this is absolutely, probably I think everybody can do it with no major problems, because what do you have to do in this model, it is basically to take the upper part. There is a line in the mold here where they placed the roof over. You just cut it very precisely to save the line of the windshield up here, and the P4 had a little difference from the body of the coupe version that they did, because for example the P4 had this little air intake in the front end. I hope that you can see that in the camera, this little hole, and it's probably an air intake for something like the brakes or something else, I honestly don't know. And you have to modify the roof. Is just a cutting, so it's not a major modification, but mostly this is the hardest part, because the engine hatch have to be modified and cutted from the mold that you have, and you have to recreate this lower part. This is they provide a part of it. If you have the model in front of you in the plastic, you can see which is the difference, and you have to recreate this grill that they had over the engine that is so typical for the P4 Spider, as well as this car for regulamentation used to carry spare wheels. You have to be careful when you do this work, because the spare wheel should be a little thinner, because it becomes a little more tight for the position that they place it. If you know this, when you prepare the model, it's enough that you just mount it a little lower and you make some dry fits before closing the model. And it's absolutely a very, very nice model, very easy. And I opened this vent, I opened ordinary stuff, for detailing of the model. I had just the rivets. Many models don't like the rivets, but I do, because I have seen many pictures where it is possible to see all these little rivets over the aluminum body. They were made completely in aluminum, not fiberglass, not other materials. Everything was aluminum, and it was a masterpiece, for the line. I think this is one of the nicest Ferrari ever produced in the story of the company, and nothing else I think to say, yes, about the interior. I wanted to place the helmet down there. I think that you can see that Chris Amon. So this is the Ferrari driven by Chris Amon in 1967. We can say that should be maybe the one crashed in Le Mans. I didn't place any number over because I wanted to keep it. If it is Chris Amon car, this should be exactly the chassis 856, the one that is 46, I guess. The one owned by Jim Glickenhaus, the guy that is real passionate and lovers for the Italian masterpiece. He have now some collections, and he drive like an ordinary car, the P4, on the roads of New York. Jim is an incredible guy, really, really an incredible guy. I know him since the time of the GT40s forum, and he's absolutely kind and explaining. It's a lovely person. I never met him in person, but I had a friend from the jazz company working for him, Italian pilots that know him, and everybody say the same, that he's absolutely an incredible guy, looks very handsome. I hope also in reality he is. And so my idea was to make his car, and he took the scrapped car from Chris Amon in Le Mans 67 and rebuilt it with the consulants of Ferrari, so he completely recreated a P4 using the part and the chassis of the original 846. That's why, I mean, I didn't place the numbers over, because you know that you have stickers and sometimes the numbers, he took it away from the car. Looking at his profiles around in the social media, you find how Jim take care of the car. So I wanted nearly to make his car to have my little one in my private own collection, you know. And that's it. The model itself was dedicated in my first video to the memory of engineer Martino Zambelli, that was a very close friend of my family, and he was a chief engineer at the before Oscar Maserati, and then at Campagnolo division, making magnesium parts, you know. And I remember that when I met this guy, I always remember loved to make tales, you know, about the period of the 60s when he was working with this factory, also with Ferrari, you know, producing the wheels of this amazing car. Martino was a really lovely guy, and he really liked to explain all the little trivia around the production of these amazing parts. You know, magnesium wheels are incredible because if you see them, they are not so nice in the look, but they are incredibly light, and it is something in the line of carbon fiber. So when you see so huge wheels, they were very big one, you know, nearly very, very big racing wheels. They weighed nothing, you know, and for the time was incredible. And the man behind this production was just him, because he was the leader of the engineers making this stuff. There is many pictures around made for art galleries in Milan and in New York, where he's around the production with the real workers doing this stuff. He used to make the wheels and the gearbox for Ferrari, so everything that was made with the magnesium power, with the magnesium material. So this was a way for me to keep him in mind and never forget. He passed out a few years ago in a very hurting way, honestly, and we all will miss Martino, because Martino was absolutely a lovely, 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 lovely person that we will never forget. So that's it, guys. This is the P4 Spider. I hope you like the video, and see you in the next one.